what's playing out in Karnataka, where the Siddaramaiah government, by the passage of a bill, has mandated that 10% of income of temples be handed over to the government, a temple tax essentially. It's not new really to Karnataka or for that matter to any state. But the BJP's questioned a number of points in this bill turned law, including calling it anti-Hindu. But here's the catch. The BJP too very much had the exact same law in place with a few tweaks now made to their existing legislation.
Siddaramaiah government faces heavy flag from the staunch saffron opposition for doubling the tax percentage levied on temple revenues. Karnataka Hindu Religious Institutions and Charitable Endowments Bill 2024 passed in Karnataka Assembly on 21st February. Mandates that the government will collect 10% of the income of temples that have revenue of more than rupees 1 crore and 5% from those with revenues ranging between 10 lakh and 1 crore rupees.
ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು. ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು. ಇಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಈಗ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೊಂದು ದುರಾದೃಷ್ಟ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಈ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದು.
Opposition is up in arms, calling it anti-Hindu move.
This is unacceptable. This is unconscionable. This is taking the Congress, even by the Congress standards, their politics of appeasement and corruption to new lows.
Congress hit back, accusing the BJP of bringing religion into politics.
Actually, anti-Hindu is BJP. In 2011, in their government, they made this amendment between 5 and 10 lakhs, 5%, above 10 lakhs, 10%, between 5 and 10, 5%, above 10 lakhs, 10%. In their government, they amended, not us.
Karnataka government a week back presented a revenue deficit budget with the deficit pegged at 27,354 crore rupees. The state budget had gone into a revenue deficit during the COVID-19 pandemic years, but it recovered and became revenue surplus in 2023. Congress claims that this move is to increase the revenue and redistribution funds. Bureau Report, India Today.
Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has now clarified on this entire controversy, accusing the BJP of essentially peddling fake news on this issue. He said that the Bharatiya Janata Party is misrepresenting facts just to ensure political gain. Siddaramaiah has clarified and very clearly said that all the funds that are collected from this temple tax will only be used for Hindu welfare, for bettering temples, for bettering Hindu religious sites. He's also said that we're committed to uplifting the Hindu community. This is in direct response to many BJP leaders stating that this money could be used to ensure that the Congress doles out freebies, that this money could be used to ensure that mosques and churches are also developed. So Siddaramaiah making it very clear that that's not the case. The money will be used only on Hindu religious sites, only on temples. Nagarjun Dwarkanath is joining me live from Bengaluru with more details on this. Nagarjun, just explain to us the difference really of what the BJP had as part of their temple tax and what the Congress has done. How much of what the BJP is saying here in the allegations against the Congress actually stands some ground?
In fact, just a while back, the Chief Minister of Karnataka has tweeted something called busted fake news of BJP, and he's put out a series of tweets. What earlier was 5% during the BJP tenure has now been increased to 10%. And this 10% also the tax that the government would collect from the temples, which earns 1 hour, would be used on priests, the children of the priests, and also 30,000 temples, which are basically development. These temples are in villages and small taluks, and this revenue would be used for developing such temples is what the law says. But what BJP is latched on to is one point in the law, in the amendment that says that if case of emergency can be used for other institutions as well. That is the point that the BJP is latched on to, saying this law will allow the government to use for anyone else under emergency need and dire need. The government.
Okay, we're having a bit of a problem with your audio, Naga, but thanks for explaining that for us.